Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're live, and we've got a bit of a deadline to sweat. We're ready for some midweek action. Champions League is on, and it's match day 5 across the new format, the new group staging. Now that we're past the halfway point, it's getting serious, it's getting pretty spicy. Europa Conference League, Europa League as well, all that good stuff as well. 1 hour to the deadline, so just a last minute kind of cramming session for me, just double checking predicted lineups, match-up strength, as well as like the kind of teams I've got lined up, and really like I want to maybe shake them up a little bit. Did a little edit earlier today, just in case I was maybe going to be a wee bit later and chasing my tail, because with deadlines, once you've missed it, you've missed it, eh? So had plenty going on, and I actually brought a card in this morning as well for this, but for the next little while. So we'll talk about that as well. There's a bunch of you joining us live and loud already. Fist bumps to everyone on arrival. If you're on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, all these places, don't forget to like and subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Support the channels where you find them, if and when you can. It costs you nothing. It really goes a long way to helping me, and you've got no idea how much it does mean and how grateful I am for all the support that we get here on the channel. But time is a calling. We are on our way out of a weekend game week, which promised a lot and didn't really deliver too much. But as you can see with the live chat we've got here, Shrew 1886, Mikey Basson, Kieran M, Charlie Dunbar, XD Rye, good to see you, and Rodolfo Argentin, fist bump, good to see you. Glenn Hoddle, my man, good to see you as well. But the weekend promised a lot. And, you know, I've got 4 boxes already in the bag from the last couple of international windows and a wee bit of rivals. So it's like 2 real boxes, 2 rival boxes. We're picking up 8 things tonight. So we'll be back live and loud on the channel tonight to see what the card is we've picked up. And out of all these boxes, you've got to think we're going to be crafting again tonight. So good to see. We'll go over all those results later on, of course. It's not really the time or the place for it. But we are 58 minutes away to the midweek game week, where it's all about Champions League. It's all about the Conference League and everything else. If Sorare would so kindly take me to the next screen. But yeah. Good thing we've got the teams kind of set already, because if there's a bit of deadline drama happening on site. Check your teams, everyone. Check your teams, everyone. Right, this is the matchups strength indicator we've got on Sorare data for the time being, while Sorare are getting the hamster back on the wheel back at Sorare HQ. And I've not looked at this yet, because I like to, if I'm going to look at this stuff, I like to have it as last minute as possible, because yeah, you want to help influence your decisions with all the information possible, but I'm bad for letting things influence me, you know, against my better judgment, against my gut feeling. So yeah, if there's anything we want to cross-reference, now is always a good time. The matchup indicators, the odds and everything as well are a wee bit all over the place for this, because it is continental competition, of course, and it's not as black and white as it is with the domestic stuff. We mainly see this in South America and Asia, but sometimes in Europe, like you can see here with Basa Shakir at home to Petro Club. I think it's just going to be so hard to get a genuine read on the strength of it. But 82 win percentage, if you've got an Istanbul Basa Shakir stack running around this game week, they deliver. And they've not really been up to much, have they? Have they got anyone? Piantic up front? The guy just will not go away. Crespo, he's a card, isn't he? So yeah, maybe there's something there. Leo Duarte. But outside of that, you know, it's a lot of more familiar names and faces to the top order here. Barca at home to Brest. They had an injury. I think he's out for the rest of the calendar year at the very least, to Pierre Lemalou. I don't suppose any of the holders would have missed that, but in case you did. And Panathinaikos at home to Helsinki. You know, that should be a good one. Panathinaikos is a very fierce home venue. Not many cards for them. But that could be a game that's certainly worth paying a little bit of attention to. Jedvaj, Bakasetas, Tete, Pelistri, Sprorer. There's some cards here, isn't there? Dragowski, Polish goalie. Love to see that. Especially a team with the clover as the icon, you know, and green and white and all that good stuff. So that's fun. City at home at Feyenoord. Can they bounce back in this one? AC Milan against Bratislava. This is, I know it's at Bratislava, so maybe a little bit tighter. But this should be, what was Bratislava's game against City like again? Was it City they played last? Yeah, they played City 4. Yeah, this is going to be, yeah, this is a bit weird actually, because I get why Istanbul are up here. I get why Panathinaikos are up here. But AC Milan are in great form right now, in Bratislava, in European terms, are a part-time team, really, to be honest. 0-0 draw with Juventus. I always forget the name of this derby. Classic d'Italia, maybe, or something like that. But 0-0 draw. And yeah, I've seen some memes going around about how one-dimensional AC Milan were. They just wouldn't cross the halfway line. So this is a game where they could get an easy win. You know, AC Milan going away in Europe, they'll be feeling like the elite. And, wouldn't you back this defence for a clean sheet? Wouldn't you back Theo Hernandez to have an amazing game? And so if Morata starts, like Morata could get a hat trick for fun in this type of keeper, in this type of game, regardless of the keeper. Athletic Club against Elfsborg. Elfsborg haven't been total pushovers, so maybe again La Liga club at home. They should be fairly solid here. Clean sheet's probably pretty decent. Yeah, high odds for that. Leverkusen Salzburg's a funny one because Salzburg are no mugs really in European football, especially when Salzburg are at home. But away to Leverkusen, Austria, Germany, it's not really away, is it? But Man U Bodo just feels like a banana skin waiting to happen. Lazio, who, by the way, like I seen this today on Twitter. Have you seen how tight Serie A is right now? Serie A is as tight as a duck's arse, as we say up here. Like sincerely, like it's as tight as like the Premier League from like third to seventh or something like that is mad tight. But look at this, Napoli top on 29. Can we zoom in a bit more on this? Make it a bit easier for you guys to see. You can't really see the full breadth of the table unless we get rid of this advert somehow. Maybe not. Maybe zoom out a bit. But yeah, there we go. Napoli top on 29. And then, look for Lazio in 5th, 28. 1 point between the top 5. And what a somewhat unlikely top 5 it is. No AC Milan. No, who else is missing? No Roma. No Juventus, of course, just missing out three points behind here on this one. But yeah, Atalanta, Napoli, kind of the new generation of like Italian football. Like when I grew up, it was like Fiorentina, Lazio, but now it feels like Atalanta, Napoli are those guys, doesn't it? In terms of the characters and the fight and all the rest of it. So yeah, a bit of a different mix up here. This is going to be. I did fancy Conte and Napoli to win it this year. No European football, Serie A. It just feels like so Conte friendly, the whole scenario. So, and he's been able to sign the guys he like. Conte likes spending money. Yada yada. Chat for another day. We do have some AFC. We do have some Asian Champions League. And on Zero to Hero, we actually covered on this as well. But that video will be live actually after the deadline here. So sorry for missing out on that. Probably the big game of the midweek is Bayern PSG in terms of for the neutrals for most of us to sit back and enjoy. Big Champions League fixture. Liverpool Real Madrid will be up there as well, of course. I wonder if they're on at the same time. Really hard to. That'll be a very interesting game. Very, very interesting. Nice against Rangers. It's just got comedy written all over it. Celtic Bruges. I'll be at the game. I'll be at the Youth Champions League game before it as well tomorrow. Should be Champions League party time for me. Girona as well. Weierstrom Graz should be good for the stacks if you've got them like me. And then, yeah, we kind of get into a little bit of championship football. And then look at these win percentages. We're in the 40s. This is kind of not really where... Is your volume okay? Yeah, I think it is. Let me catch up with the chat. Sorry, guys. There's a bunch of here. Fist bumps on arrival. Frontale saved the game week for Mikey Basson. Love to hear that. It's just gone down for me too. Let's go back and check. Do we still have the error? Oh, is it back to life? Haven't submitted my teams yet, Charlie. Ups. Hope you have all. We're back open now, but it's only showing me game week 29. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, guys, talk about deadline drama. Oh, jumping jimmies. Talk about deadline drama. Now, I do have my teams. I do have my training teams locked in, so I'm not sweating too hard right now. The volume on the mic is kind of low. Maybe it's the wrong mic I've got. Let me double check. No, it's the right mic. Sorry. Maybe I'm just too far away from it. Apologies. Yeah, 500 code. Yeah, Benito, error 500. I think we're all getting it. Get the deadline drama was aptly named, wasn't it? Happy rewards day for Smooth Boy. Love to hear it. A bunch of cash. Wow, 2 cards as well. All champ rare stuff as well. Getting in amongst it. Love to hear that. Polistri at Panathinaikos and the Polish goalie has a bit of support in the live chat as well. Happy rewards day. West Ham and Spurs stacks knocked me off the podium. Where's the exit? Gutted. Wish they offered me all-star lineups. Wish there were somewhere to put Dons v Hibs as well as... There is all-star this game week. I've got an all-star team out. So I can't even... Yeah, I think the site is down. So I would actually... Or maybe we could do it on Sorare data, but... Panic, attack, big... Yeah, Sorare is down. Midweek drama. Oh, Jesus. What's going to happen, guys? What's going to happen? What time is rewards? 7 o'clock tonight, UK time. I think in Europe you're 1 hour ahead, and depending on where you are anywhere else in the world, it could be anything. Turnbull showing his class. I was tempted to not get the rare just because I've got two rares. The second one was kind of against my will. Someone I knew was selling a bunch of Celtic cards and they kind of gave it to me as like part of the deal. I forget who it was. But it's kind of like, I don't really want a second Turnbull, but okay. But if he can knock in decent scores in the Championship, then he's definitely a card worth having about for sure. Napoli have an unreal final 2 month schedule. They should run away with Serie A very soon from Germ. Germ knows his onions. Fist bump on that. Strelic, good for a goal for Bratislava. Not in this game. Not against Magic Mike. And against an Italian defence. You know, like, nah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. If they get a set piece or something, maybe, but Owen, a Cardiff fan. Harry Trades is about to start a bit of a war in the live chat here on YouTube. If you're joining us on X or Twitch as well, don't forget to hit the like button, share, retweet, subscribe, follow, whatever it is you're meant to do on whatever platform you're on, and support the cause. Atalanta away to Young Boys will be an interesting one from a Celtic fan point of view. But we'll have a look at some predicted lineups. For game week 30. Now, Continental's where all the action's at for the Champions League. We've got the Bratislava team in, but no Milan team. That's interesting. All of these games happen tonight as well, by the way, which was a bit of a last-minute penny drop moment for me. So that's what made me think, especially, like, this will be good fun today because there'll be some stuff. Maybe we'll have some breaking news on the timeline. I've not seen anything today myself in particular. Atletico Madrid's team is on the timeline, so it's pretty well known. Like, Atletico Madrid, you get some great intel on what they're doing in training and stuff. So this is pretty nailed. They're away at Sparta Prague. Sparta Prague, again, aren't in the Bratislava category, but they're not that far away from it. And Atletico Madrid, as we know, can be kind of anything in Europe. And I don't know, this team looks quite attacking to me. You know, Marcos Llorente is basically going to be roaming all the way up the right-hand side here with Simeone, who is a forward, you know, being... So it's going to be like a 4 attackers, 3 centre mids, 3 centre backs, basically, you know. So, could be okay for them, but hard one to really get behind. Barca is the pick of the game week, and it's very La Masia, isn't it? Hector Fort in here at left back. Inigo Martinez is not quite La Masia, of course, but Spanish nonetheless. Pau Cabarce, Inaki Peña in goals, Casado, Pedri, Olmo, Fermin. There's like 6, 7 players there, all from the academy. Big Louis up front. This is a stat padder for Lewandowski, you think, tonight, isn't it? Great game for a hat-trick. Rafinha just will not be stopped, and with no Yamal, this is headline Rafinha territory for me. Brest have just got the injury to Pierre Lemalou, so he's out. They might have had somebody out. Who's their other big midfielder? Roman Di Castillo, is he injured as well? So that's like maybe the second big injury in their midfield. Feel free to fact check me on that one. But otherwise, the team's half decent, isn't it? You know, they're definitely capable. But Barca and you know, at home in the Champions League, this just feels like a very worthy top game of the game week. Leverkusen at home at Salzburg, and like Leverkusen, they've been, you know, they definitely haven't gave up the ghost, have they, of like trying to go on and retain the title and all the rest of it. And in the Champions League, I think that's where Xabi Alonso's focus really is this season, it feels like, for me. So I can really see them going all in on this game here. Salzburg, they know they can't take too much for granted. This is just like playing another Bundesliga team, really. The standard of all these guys is certainly up there. And some of them will be audition time, will be shop window time. Musa Yao is the guy I'm kind of most keenly watching at the moment. He's coming back on the timeline in a big way. And I think he was a guy that was tipped for big things when he signed. So it's good to see him coming to the fore. And Kanate and Dorgales feel like they've been waiting forever to happen, but maybe they're getting there now. And Gluck is probably the guy that's his name's been around a little bit longer. Is maybe the next one to be sold. And then with the fullbacks, like, hey, this could be a really open game. Both teams to score. Leverkusen to win it. Munich and PSG for the cameras. We've got a wee bit of white text on this, but Upamecano, Kim Min-jae, Alfonso Davies and Neuer make up the defence. Kimmich and greater than Kimmich, which is Goretzka. In midfield, Musiala, Coman, Olise, Kane. Strong as it gets, really. Kane living his best life. And little Vitinha, don't know why that's a translation, but there you go. Jon Snow, João Neves, Zaire Emery, front three as you would expect. But again, Kang is predicted to start, which means he won't, sadly, which is what happened at the weekend. But maybe this prediction is now a bit more concrete. The back four is full strength with Nuno Mendes returning from his little ankle roll. And the goalkeeper situation in Paris is really up in the air at the moment. Straight 50-50 split between Donnarumma and Safanov. Inter Milan Leipzig, this is going to be 1-0 Inter, isn't it? I don't think Leipzig have really got the teeth to open up a team like Inter Milan, especially at home in the San Siro. And yeah, this Inter team's really powerful, but again, I don't think they're that dominant where they'll rip this team apart. But yeah, 1-0 Inter feels like to me. Like having seen Leipzig against Celtic, they just don't strike me as having the ability to cause this team any real problems. So probably a good one for Inter. Could be a high value clean sheet situation because, like Leipzig will shoot, they will get chances. Um, yeah, so and then City against Feyenoord, like I guess Guardiola needs to take every game seriously. Can he buy a win right now? And for some reason, Phil Foden's name is translated to Phil Fuck, and I don't know what language Foden means, fucking, but there you go. Some sort of Google Translate's been overboard there. Savio Rico Lewis, which is translated to Rich Lewis. There you go. And Simon Pussy is coming in here. Oh, Kanchi. This is a R-rated show so quickly, guys, isn't it? Matthias Nunes as well. So let's see. Feyenoord, that since Arne Slot's left, they've definitely lost a bit of something about them, but they're still well armed. They're still, yeah, I tried to open the curtains in here to get the light in and stuff, but then it was like shining in my face, so I tried to move the curtains, but now the sun's moved, and I think the camera's like mad adjusted to it, and it's just put me totally in the darkness. Maybe I need to sit forward a bit more, um, but yeah, so I don't think this Feyenoord team will cause Man City many problems, and this will be attack versus defence, really, for the most part. So, again, high value match for City, you've got to think. Lisbon Arsenal, again, managers just left, really hard to know how this will go, although the individual players seem to still be right up for it. Connor Harder dominate the timeline over the weekend, doesn't he? Arsenal kind of as strong as they get. Yeah. Young boys Atalanta, let's have a wee peek at Atalanta. The Ketelaar, De Roon, Odilon start this one. Stuttgart, what are they up to? Looking, yeah, pretty much as strong as at home to Red Star. Like, Stuttgart might be a kind of slept on team in this game week. Full strength. Like, Furyk is back. Mittelstadt's in the house. Stiller's there. Demirovic, Fabian Rieder, formerly linked to Celtic, of course. Gutted to see that. Enzo Milo as well, supporting him. 1 minute ago, hot off the press, the Sturm Graz lineup. Here it looks here. Daniel Kujakov. No freaking way, by the way. I was looking for Zero to Hero. And I was looking for somebody with an L15 of 0. Now, it doesn't help for the weekend, right? But Kujakov is L15 0. Under 23 as well. Well, number one, right? I think Girona are going to win this game. So, I don't know how good this will be. Depends how many goals Girona get if they do go on to win it, as I would expect. But Sturm Graz are no pushovers. They kept it tight against Bruges. That's the only kind of game of Sturm Graz I've really looked at in the analysis. So yeah, hard to know. Kujakov, but he's got a great rookie card, and the Russian international, I'm pretty sure he's been capped by the full team. He's definitely a goalkeeper with a big future, so it's a fun opportunity to get in on him. Don't know why he's in. Kel Sherpin, who's on loan from Brighton, maybe injured or something. Maybe they're just rotating him. Hard to know. That's fun. And then here's the Girona team: Miovski, Heel, and Saganikov back in the building. Let's hope for Girona to get back on the wagon now, eh? Sorare seems to be back alive. Love to hear it. Well, we've almost finished with the Champions League, so that's good. Have we almost finished? Yeah, I suppose we're almost there. This is a game I'm really conflicted on, by the way. Let me know what your thoughts are on these matches as well, guys. I'll catch up with the chat in a minute. I think Le Malou is out. Josipovic, I think he's out for like the rest of the calendar year. That's the kind of vibe I've got in my memory from the tweet that I seen. Bless me. But this is a game I'm really torn on, right? Because I would expect Villa to have a really good chance at winning this game. They beat Bayern Munich at home. Juve are not all that. Juve, you can keep them out, and if you can score against Juve, you can beat them. This team looks very capable of beating Juve for me, but I can't bring myself to really play John. I've not really got a spot for John McGinn or Coop Miners. If I even did think the opposite, I've not really got a space in any of my teams. I don't think for either one of them, but I just don't think SO5 wise it's going to be that great a match. Like Italians away from home, not to stereotype anyone, anything like that. But I could just see this being a real stop-start affair, and it's real methodical, and maybe there's only a few gilt-edged chances that actually come in the game. And I just don't know how that looks SO5 wise. Really tough one to call. Like Villa win this 1-0 to give a prediction for it, I suppose. But Could be like two each. Could be a wee bit more all action, as it were, because a lot of these guys will enjoy playing the Premier League club and being on the centre stage, as it were, and getting their name out there, especially like all the kind of burgeoning players that they've got in their squad. So really hard one to read. If it was 0-0 again, wouldn't be one bit surprised. Bologna, teams on screen here. Skorupski's became a right nightmare, hasn't he? He's at 60-40 for this game. I really do hope he starts this one. I'm so surprised he didn't play against Lazio at the weekend. Lille team is on screen, pretty much full strength, and Lille are the Champions League team to, like, if you had a Lille stack this year and you just went F it and just put them in every game week, you would be laughing, man. Lille have done so well despite the fixtures that they've got. Where are they actually sitting on the table? 2 wins, a draw and a loss. Drew with Juve 1 each, beaten Atleti away 3-1, beating Real Madrid 1-0, losing to Sporting. That's probably the fly on the ointment here that really stops them from being right at the top. But Lille, after a game or two, I think Lille will be right at the top, is essentially what I'm getting at. I think Lille will finish in the top 8 the way they've went. And against Bologna, this is a game where they'll probably look to, make up for those drop points at Sporting Lisbon, probably. Really good team. Segovia, Joe David, lots of guys in the shop window that want to make a name for themselves. Stroom basically eliminated from the Champions League, but the financial upside is too good. Plus, they are running away with the Austria Bundesliga. A Stroom is brewing for Girona. A storm, a Stroom. I love that. Jeremy's on it today, isn't he? Celtic Bruges, I think the team is as predictable as what it should be now, which should be good. Taylor and Valley, I think, again, I think we've seen Taylor starting at Hearts as being like, it should be confirmation that Taylor is number one left back, subsequently starts this game. But if Valley started this one, it wouldn't surprise me in a way as well. So watch out on that. Otherwise, I think this is very easy to predict the Celtic team for this one. This is the Bruges team. I think Celtic are going to win this one. I'm going to go with like 2-0. I'm quite confident we can get a clean sheet in this one. It'll be a bit of a nail biter. Maybe 1-0, maybe 2-1. Maybe we can score 3. I just think Simon Mignolet is like the Brandon Michele, Ordonez. Like, I just don't think this is like a Champions League level. Like, I think the Leipzig defense is better than this, essentially, by a good distance, and we got through them. So like, I'm not worried about scoring against Bruges. It's just how hard they fight against us. Really, does it go punch for punch, or is the game super tight? Are the chances hard to create in the first place? This is the Zagreb team that will be hosting Borussia Dortmund. Cacciavenda starts this one alongside Rog and Baturina. Meant to a back 3 in this one. Dortmund team is on screen. Dortmund could have a great game in this one. They'll get a lot of possession. Could be a great game for Schlotterbeck. Julian Brandt, again, is going to get a lot of headlines, you feel, from this one. Liverpool, Real Madrid. Liverpool team on screen. And yeah, it's full strength Liverpool, isn't it? And Real Madrid. Brahim Diaz. Oh, Ceballos. Valverde staying in at right back. Me and Harry were talking about this, and I know that Verde and Hartogula did link up, of course. I've not actually went back and watched the Real Madrid stuff from this weekend, so I'm a wee bit out the loop. Chat, feel free to let me know. Valverde at right back, what was it all about? Did it work? This looks weak to me from Real Madrid's point of view. Like, very strong down the left, right? But Liverpool will be prepared for that. Maybe that's something against Salah, perhaps. But like on this left-hand side, at Anfield under the lights, Rafinha is the most 100 capable. Gabriel's asking whether you captain Lewandowski or Rafinha. Rafinha is the most 100 capable. He doesn't need all the decisives. His AA is phenomenal in games like this. So as long as he gets a decisive or so, he's in the mix for it. Monaco Benfica, feels like it should be a great Monaco game, but if Monaco didn't do great this game week, I don't think any of us would be too surprised. Salisu comes in for single in defence. Otherwise, the team is full strength and being like, they've been a great team to see the results come in for, haven't they? Benfica team is on screen here. Again, really strong, really strong. Like, this Arunes must just be like a brilliant football player. He's played in every position for Benfica since he's moved there. Like, every position. He's just one of these guys, isn't he? Is it Arunes? How do you spell it again? Arunes? Aye, Arunes. He has played everywhere this season. Position. Look at this. This is just in the last 1 year. CDM, centre mid, CDM. left attacking mid, right back, left back. He's probably not played centre back. It's probably the only place he's missing. This guy plays everywhere. Jesus. Scores aren't that fun, are they? But always plays. A few DNPs in there, not too bad, but he's up front for this game. So funny, man. Yeah, it must just be a high quality footballer, you know. PSV at home to Shakhtar. This is a funny one. PSV should be looking to get 3 points here, I think. Like they'll be looking at Shakhtar as a beatable team. Their team's okay, isn't it? I don't know if it's quite the best it's been. Pepe. Shakhtar are definitely not vintage, are they? Far from it. No Trubin as well, so you just don't know if they've got that same resilience at the back. But yeah, that's all the Champions League stuff. I don't know if we'll get through everything today, but let's go have a wee look at the old Sorare and let's have a look at what teams I've got drafted and how the competitions in that are looking and what we think. Right, okay, so we've clicked on it and we've opened it up. Beautiful. Now, I've built an in-season team to go after Champions League, going full Celtic again like I did against Leipzig. Sadly, the SO5 results never quite came in the way we want to, but I think Engels and Hatate are really good to get over the 10 all around. Engels especially, because he'll be on set pieces. And I think decisives will come for really all three of my in-season cards here. And I think AJ is the safest high-scoring potential defender. Schmeichel. So just kind of went for that. But like I was saying to the members yesterday, I also went out and bought a limited Schmeichel over the last couple of days because the price just got really low. And I've got that many Celtic cards now where I need another team. Actually, I can play, even if it's with super subs like Forest and stuff like that, these guys still score well. And I can still put them somewhere if I've got enough opportunities to do so. So in-season keeper as well. So we're just going for limited in-season European champions, double centre-back, Captain Kalmak on 15% already, and then Dyson up front. And again, who knows how well we could do in this. I'm not really holding my breath on it because it's limited. It's going to be a bit of a bloodbath, 8,000 contestants. But again, all my limiteds I give away to the FC Barcelona members, so here on the channel. So if we get in amongst boxes and get some essence and stuff, hey, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? So that's fine. I'm going full Girona. Now, I could put in a Goretzka, I could put in a McGinn. There's a few other like Champions League players that I could maybe swap somebody out here for, but I think Miguel Gutierrez is a great captain pick in this situation. David Lopez is a strong centre-back with fantastic AA. Ivan Martin loves getting involved in stuff, and Sakanikov is in the house, so I've got Skripski's my only choice, so Chelsea, yeah, we'll have a look at Chelsea for sure. I don't mind that. I just think this is the way to go. Just go for Girona to get the win, and then we're just crossing our fingers on whatever happens with Skorupski. Does he start or not? Because we're living and dying on him anyway. Rather than, like, imagine Girona win this like 2 or 3-0, and these guys all do pretty well. And then, like, McGinn drops. Like, McGinn's on great form. Some of it's for Scotland, right? But McGinn drops a 41. You know, it's very, very normal. Very 44, 48. You know, it doesn't need to be that bad to be ineffective and kill the team. Sabitzer we don't think starts. And Goretzka, obviously greater than Kimmich, outscores Kimmich. But against PSG, I'm not even sure. I don't know, Bayern do look pretty good, but I think Luis Enrique against Company is kind of where I come on this game. And I think Luis Enrique will probably have the better of it. Although they are away, actually, Bayern at home is hard to bet against, isn't it? So maybe Goretzka for David Lopez makes some sense. I could be tempted on Goretzka. How many entries we got? 280. So we need to get into the top like 56 to get a box, which will be kind of mince anyway. So we want to kind of get into the top 30-ish, essentially. Interesting. We'll maybe double back on that one. And then I've only really got Celtic forwards again for this competition, but for Classic, I think individually I've got like 3 fantastic guys at home: Olmo, Wirtz, and Guardiola. All Black should play against Sparta. I'm worried about him for the weekend, but I think that Musso might play the weekend. They've got somebody at the bottom of La Liga, and he's like a proper number 2 keeper, isn't he, that Musso? And then I just took Kyogo because I have like literally only Celtic forwards. Again, I could play Hatate forward, but just might as well go with the guy that starts centre forward there and then hope for the goal. Now, this is funny, right? You'll see what I've done here, and it's actually a great display part because I've picked up a Fraser Foster today. Vicarios went for ankle surgery, and you know Fraser Foster is, I don't know if he's a Celtic cult hero, right? But he has kind of like muddied his reputation and his legacy here. By the way, he left us twice, so he's hard to totally love, right? But you can't really see it because of the lighting today. But Celtic goalkeepers wearing yellow. Boom, boom. If we can't get them in a Celtic shirt, at least let's get them wearing yellow. But we've got Craig Gordon leading out a Sociedad stack. Sociedad at home to Ajax. Not a great game on matchup strength, but if Sociedad win, which I can see them doing, hopefully these guys smash and we could really finish anywhere. Away to Cercle Bruges for Hearts isn't a terrible game either, so I'm hoping for a decent score out of Craig Gordon. Fraser Foster at home to Roma. Claudio Ranieri's Roma, no less. I think like Tottenham could do very well in this game. I've got Quattro playing somebody mince. Pathos. I hope that's actually the Pathos that I think it is, and it's that little island. The Quattro's on to play this one, should rinse it. Nkunku up front for Chelsea, away to Heidenheim, back to the Bundesliga for Nkunku, should do great. Cherky away to Quarabag on the plastic pitch, should do good, but reservations are held. And then we've went with Captain Cho, who is set to welcome them to Nice. And like Rangers could get hammered in this game, and if they do, Muhammad Ali Cho is going to be in amongst it like a dog eating beetroot. So I've now got 2 Europa League teams out thanks to the 2 recent former Celtic #1 goalkeepers I've picked up, which is good fun. And like Celtic's #1 goalkeeper situation on Sorare has been really crap because we had Joe Hart and he retired. But like if Sorare was like 10 years older or something, I would have probably had about 3 Fraser Fosters sitting waiting right now and 3 Craig Gordons and whatever. Marquise thinks Roma win easily. Not Fraser Foster in Europe is a wall. He will not be beaten. And I'm actually going to make a bit of a Tottenham video. It's kind of in the works anyway, but I want to talk about Fraser Foster. And really, like, I'll say this to you guys on the live chat because there's a good amount of these here. Actually, a bunch of these on all the platforms. Over 300 of these across YouTube, Twitter, X, Twitch, YouTube, all these places. So thanks to everyone that's tuning in. Fist bumps to you all. But Fraser Foster instantly makes you better at defending set pieces. That is a fact of life. In Tottenham, what's the main thing people bitch about? Oh, they can't defend. Ange won't teach them how to defend set pieces. Don't need to teach anyone anything when you get Fraser Foster in goals. You heard it here first. But yeah, so this is a kind of star-studded Conference League team, and then we've got like a Sociedad one. So I actually got a few different stacks. Now, guys, I'm being lured back in. I think I'm being lured back in here. Falcao scored in the last 2 games for Millonarios. He is back. El Tigre will not rest. And they're playing in this game here, which, according to my Colombian sources that I pay attention to, this is like the Clásico of Colombian football. And Falcao has been waiting for this his whole life. He scored in the last 2 games in a row. He's on to play this one. You know he's going to play. You know he's going to score. These games, but in these types of territories, typically away from home is such a handicap. But I think with this being like the Classic or the Clásico or whatever for them, could be different in that regard. I've took the best defender card that's lying around, which is the Tactics, which could be a little bit cheat codey. Captain Tanaka, McGrath. This is All-Star. Someone in the chat was saying, give me All-Star. This is All-Star Limited with Angus Gunn returning from injury. Now back in goals for Norwich. We've got a limited keeper to keep up the fight for the FC Barcelona, like the limiteds that we give away. We've got that full-time limited goalkeeper locked and loaded. He's back from injury. So I've got like 6 teams there, 7 teams that are really strong. 4-man under-23 team just for, shits and gigs. And then all the training stuff is all lined out. Now, do I have anyone in training? Now guys, I got a super rare Andy Robertson. Inspired by Harry Trades, who got a super rare Soboslai for 100 quid or something. This was listed for 80 quid. Could not believe my eyes. I was like, I slept on it and everything. It didn't like fly away from the market. I thought, not really been playing. I've not really been doing well with super rare. Does adding an Andy Robertson really help me? I love Andy Robertson. I'm such a huge fan. He does such damage when he's on it. He's still #1 left back at Liverpool. They've still got a long season to go in all competitions. Still the Scotland captain. And when I woke up the next day and it was still there, I thought, I will regret if someone else buys this now at this point. I just had to get it. And then finally got the #1 Connor Hazard in as well, off of Basel. So that's good crack. So we've actually had a wee bit of a goalkeeper kind of, look at that little free sweep there, which is fun. Not sure if it's my Sporting boys together or if I play Gyökeres and All-Star. Who does Sporting have again? It wasn't a great game for Sporting. We'll have a wee scout around some of the other teams quickly. But who does Sporting have at home to Arsenal? Yeah, Guy Carez is definitely in shop window mode, isn't he? But you know, Sporting are no mugs at home. Actually, Arsenal are not that ferocious in attack these days. Odegaard is the problem. Man, I would stack Sporting. I would stack them, mate. Jersey age match on that Robertson. Number 2. Really? What do you mean? What are you talking about, Laird? On the Robbo? Do you know, I was quite buzzing about the Fraser Foster because it's number 67. And you just know that's got some luck attached to it, don't you? Already inbuilt luck for me. But I don't get the Andy Robertson thing. Ake on to play over Simon Pussy. Is he trained for any? Oh, interesting. Samikas out for a few weeks, so Robbo should be nailed. Yeah, no rotation pressure. Nice David Richards on that intel. Love that, mate. Can we? Yeah. Let's have a look at Nice as well. Let's have a look at Nice. Let's see. Anyone? There's Chelsea Heidenheim. So this is the Heidenheim team. Nicholas Dorsch not on to play this one. I don't really know anyone else in this team anymore. At least Leo Shenza not on to play either. Interesting. And Chelsea are playing the Europa League team, aren't they? Felix is in to play. Mudryk, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, Renato Vega, Tosin Adebayo, Christopher Nkunku up front. All leading the way. I've been quite tempted to get a wee Felix, but he's still doing kind of crap, isn't he? And his career is still an absolute joke. Fiorentina against Paphos. I really do hope that is who I think it is. It's that little island. So funny, they're in the Conference League. Cristiano on to start this one over De Gea. Must be that little Greek island. It's a class. Should be a great game for Quatra. And again, I could play a No, that's a Champions League team. Or I could slide my team into All-Star and play I could play Quatra in defence rather than David Lopez. Here's Real Betis. They're at home to Mlada Boleslav. A wee bit of rotation. Ricky Rodriguez coming into this one. Hopefully he can get SO5 wise, you want him to get in the team. He's very SO5 friendly. Good defensive player as well. So yeah, let's hope he does well for any of you guys that are stacking Betis. Rapid Vienna. At home at Shamrock. This is a funny one. Like, Shamrock are not to be totally written off, but on paper, this should be a good one for Vienna. And then Europa League. AZ Galatasaray. That's a big one. Right, let's see. Nice updated 16 hours ago. Mohamed Ali Cho on to start up front. Tanguy and Ndombele. Yusuf Makoko. Oh, by the way, they're going for the jugular. They are going for the jugular. Dante is in. Pablo Rosario, who's normally a centre mid whenever I'm looking at this. So they're going to have Pablo Rosario in possession, moving into this spot, you feel. And then Makoko is then going to move up front. So this is going to be like a 2-5-3. And against Jack Butland, low and to his left. Low and hard, bottom left. They reckon Tavernier comes back in for this one. Any other requests I've seen? There's Lazio against Ludogorets. Manu Bodo. What did they think about the Manu team now that we've seen him in action? Oh, Luke Shaw in at left centre back with Mazraoui. Retaining that little spot in there. Mason Mount 50-50. Interesting. And Bodo with GPH. Zinkernakel's back. Yeah. Paphos are from that Cyprus island. There we go. Besiktas. I think I just seen them a second ago. Are they in this competition? Besiktas at home to Tel Aviv, who busted my clean sheet. Still not going to forgive them for that. There's Joris van Overeem. I know Laird's in the chat, and that's a Laird name if ever I heard it. Zahavi as well, former PSV smasher. So clean sheet beware. Ciro Immobile for a hat-trick. That's a great stat padder for him, this one, if they can dominate. Rashika and Killasoy could smash. And Rafa, this is where he's got to earn his paycheck, isn't it, these types of games? Let's look at Sociedad Ajax, I'm mainly interested in it. But yeah, they don't suspect that Take starts. They think it'll be Becker, who is like a former Ajax academy guy, isn't he? Otherwise, the team does kind of pick itself. Sucic has really made that spot his own. And then this left mid has become extra competitive now, since they're not playing Sergio Gomez left back. Here's the Ajax team. which isn't really that scary. Kian Fitzgerald is getting linked to a lot of international teams and a lot of clubs right now, so he'll be playing this one. Bit of a shop window opportunity against La Liga opposition. Should be a good test, and these guys should be really throwing it all out there for it. But yeah, with Pasveer in this defence, like I don't think Sociedad are in any danger of not scoring this one, you know. Um, Lo Celso's on Bartek. We've already seen Betis. I don't know if. Oh, 26 years old and he wears number 26. Oh, yeah, that's cool. And it's number 2. So maybe that's cool there. Yeah, good spot. And Ndombele, I think, was in for Nice. We wanted back all the anti-Ranger stacks as much as possible. So if you need to see Nice team news at any time, feel free to ask. But yeah, Tanguy Ndombele is on to start this one. He's in. Cho is risky to start according to Turbo. Celtic captain choices. Oh, for me it's Kuhn or AJ, but everyone except for probably Kyogo and Dyson, everyone could be captain really. But yeah, not Kyogo or Dyson. The keeper isn't a bad shout, depending on the way the night goes, you know. So yeah, some interesting lineups there. AZ Galatasaray is a bit of a clash of the Titans, clash of the stacks. Teams as you would expect, I think, for the most part. Osman and Batman up front, with Dries Mertens, Torreira and Sara in midfield. That's a really good team, isn't it? Away to AZ, they won't be shy either. Porto, Fabio Vieira on to start. He's going to have a great game. Great game. Yeah, Anderlecht aren't absolutely, are they? But yeah, I think Porto will do well on that. Cherky 70%. Mika Tuadze on to start this one over Lacazette. Give him a wee bit of a break. This plastic pitch probably doesn't do Lacazette any favours. Twente. Who are Twente playing? There's Fenerbahce. There's Twente there. Oh, USG. That's an interesting game. Twente is here. Sam Lammers in attack with Vlap. That's the guy who's played everywhere as well, it feels like. Hilgers, Unerstal. USG is on screen now. Harry's boy is playing. Harry, your boy is playing. 18 minutes to the deadline, buddy. No Koke Machida. Kevin McAllister, right wing back. I thought he was more centre backy than right wing backy. Lazio don't think they'll be starting Castellanos. Isaacson on to start, but Lerdinho. No Ravella. That's a bit of a heartbreaker. And Mandas, the guy I won last year, right after he got dropped, or right after Providale came back from fitness. Hearts we'll look at as well. Support the Scottish contingent. Need to get that coefficiency up. I think that's really as strong as they go. Cercle Bruges, no Denke. Obviously he's left. It looks like Utkus. Thank you. No problem, Josh. Fist bump. Just make sure to hit the like button wherever you're watching this. On Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, guys. Do your best to support the show, support the cause. But yeah, some cool reinforcements coming over the last few days. A few wee bargain basement efforts. And yeah, I don't think after looking at all that, I really want to change my lineups. I'm back in Celtic. I'm going to the game. You know I want a bit of the... Was Denke suspended? Yeah, I didn't actually think he'd left. I know he signed for Cincinnati, but yeah, so that'll be why then he's actually suspended. Staying until Jan. Yeah, great catch, chat. Love that. This started like I have another forward choice other than Kyogo. It's just Kyogo just doesn't have AA really, does he? Hitate forward. Like if he scores, it does do better, I suppose. Maybe that's the kind of cheat code option for me to go for. Sane wasn't in the projected team. Openda against Inter, I do not fancy one bit. And then it's just Celtic forwards. Maybe Hitate is the play. So he does have a good game, the AA. Yeah, trust he'll start this. No two ways about it. As long as he's fit, unless something freakish happens, you know. Do you know, I think I will go with Tati. I think that's the cheat codey move to go with the rest of that team. Higher chance of Tati gets 90 minutes as well, which is just good for the all-around if he's not to get that decisive. Mika Dieterman, you missed it. If you want an under-23 keeper that plays this game week, The man for you. Well, I don't know if it's the man for you, right? Because it's a tough game that they've got. But Kujakov is on to play for Sturm Graz at home to Girona. Now, if Girona don't score three, like he could have a decent. Like obviously, it's hard to see his scoring history because it's been a while. But this is like he's 20 now. This is when he was like 17 in Russia in the top division for Lokomotiv Moscow, which is not a minnow club. You know, so this is a guy that's got a bit of something about him. Sorry, was the lineup noise loud? Desktop audio, I'll turn that down. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with the Sociedad. Let that go. Hope they hammer Ajax. And yeah, they reckon. Sorry, our data reckons Cho is sketchy. And somebody in the chat said that Cho is sketchy. 90%? It's him or Laborde, I suppose, isn't it? Nah. Cho's playing this, isn't he? Sherpin's injured. So Kujakov is in for a while. Sherpin is injured. That's what the chat's telling me. So SOS. Let's see his let's see his price graph as it went. Yeah, it's going. Oh, £43. Oh, that rookie's nice. I don't need another contender goalkeeper. Do I need an under 23 keeper? Maybe I do. Cho is def dodgy, says Harry. Is Cho definitely dodgy? Let me have a wee peek. Who else is in this? Reckoning. We could play Take. We could play. No, we're to use Quatra. Angelino is away to Tottenham. Don't really want to touch that. I could bring in the Sucic from that 4-man under 23 effort. I've got super rare Oya Razabal. I could just double up on the Oyas. I could play the Becker if we reckon he's got. I just don't trust these forward picks for Sociedad. They're so sketchy. Like Take could just be the pick here. This is a tough one. I think playing Take kind of diminishes it because we do expect him to be on the bench, although he's going to be, if he does come off the bench, he's going to have the bit between the teeth. Could just play Super Braze. Yeah, maybe that's the play. Maybe we play Super Rare Braze because that's quite safe. We know Braze is going to start. Werner's going to start as well. That could have been fun, but French Predictor on X has Cho's at 40%. Yeah, so I think we need to ditch Cho. Werner against Roma is half tempting, right? But it's such a tough game. I don't want to touch it. I like Becker. He should do well. I could just use another Braze, or another Royer Isabel. I really wanted to have Cho against Rangers. That'd have been so much fun. And I don't really want Sociedad in this team because it's the other team. So I don't want Sociedad. I don't want. Unless it's Take, because Take could rip. Or Sucic. That maybe just play Sucic. Or Werner. This is what we'll do. We'll let the computer help us. Lineup builder. Europa Conference League. Right, suggest a lineup. Oh, nice. That's not too different to what we have anyway. Sorry, babe, I'm live. Can you close that door? I've left this door open. Could you close it for me? Sorry. Oh, sorry. I thought you misunderstood me. Sorry. Thanks, baby. Yeah, so it's kind of picked the first team first, which is interesting. So let's just try and maneuver this to be the Sociedad team. Aaron Baru, Zubimendi, Oyrazabal, and Braze. Save, right? And then let's do it again. Oh, Jesus, where the crikey is it? Oh, there we go, it's up here now. Team 2, suggest a lineup. Sucic, right? Sucic is the play then. Let's just obey the computer for this one. Boom. Captain. I'm going Captain Quatra if they're playing Pathless. Maybe Cherokee's captain. Quarabag. Hmm. It is sunny Scotland today. Not a tough game for Werner, trust me. That makes me second guess myself all of a sudden. 10 minutes to the deadline. I'm sure I'll wrestle with this one more time. Because that 4-man under 23's now lost a player. Oh yeah, there we go. Kang. Just play Kang. The Quatra captain too. Love that. Love that. Have I ranked any training teams with that last minute adjustment? No, they're all good, aren't they? I did a best of Europe. This is the team I went for. I want to change that. No, I'll probably stick with that. Right, let's just have a wee double check. 10 minutes to go, guys. Let me know how you are feeling. Have you got anything locked and loaded for this game week? Are you waiting for tonight? Get any big rewards coming? Let me know. And Harry, see, since you changed the back, it's just the pennies dropped on me. I seen you change the background to that kind of Sorare data colour, and I thought that's really nice. And I thought that reminds me of something. And do you know what? See now on my desk, just because you're a little dot, you can probably imagine. You look like Spicer. Your icon looks like Spicer. A little tiny bit. Um, so bye. Good to see you, mate, of course. But that's just kind of penny dropped for me. The super rare conundrum. Do I put Goretzka in over David Lopez? I think I might do that. Because LG. Oh, I could just play Robbo. I could play McGinn. I could play Coop. So many options up here. Even Lorente against Sparta could be kind of cheat codey, couldn't he? Do you know? Oh, shark trades. That's it. Oh, to mess with it or not to mess with it. David Lopez, easy. No all around. How's he done in other kind of bigger games? PSV sucked, but I think PSV the whole team sucked. Yeah, he's not good. Yeah, against PSG, that's kind of what you're after. Decent game, but different opposition, obviously. Oh, I'm kind of half tempted now to just maybe keep Miguel and Siganikov and just rinse these two round and just go for it. Just go YOLO. Take Villa, take Goretzka. How many entries are there in that division? 301. There won't be any Girona stacks, will there? Like, that's just almost a fact, maybe. Or no, maybe there will be, actually. But just trying to think, like Goretzka. I'm not sure he'll have a great game. He's not played that much. Obviously, great at the weekend, but yeah, I just don't know how he'll do. Bayern should do well at home at PSG. But what does that look like? Yeah, I don't think it's. Yeah. I'm just going to go with this. I'm going to stick with it. And yeah, not going to mess with that. I think everything's kind of locked in for me now as we get to the last kind of ebbings before the deadline swings closed. And we're into the midweek. Be sure to hit the like button, guys, of course. Subscribe, share, retweet, all that good stuff, of course. All the lineups that we've brought to you today are powered by Predictorfy. If you do go on to make an account and get the packages for this, use code QuinnyHarry at the checkout for all the Brucey bonus beginner stuff that could be and should be available. Donnarumma is a 50-50 Manasavi with Safanov. Nobody knows if he'll be starting. It's anyone's guess. But if you want a Predictify account, use that code. It supports the Deadline Show. It supports me and Harry Trades. Fist bump again, who's in the chat with us at the moment. And yeah, we thank them again for their support on the Deadline Show at the weekend. But we're having our game week to play for right now, so we're having a wee gander at it. And yeah, I don't think Robbo could have a good game, but it's kind of like it's an unnecessary play, isn't it? So we'll leave that to what it is. I want to have a wee look at the Kujakov situation, but because I could maybe use a wee under 20. But I suppose the thing here is the Austrian winter on his price has really jumped. Has he not even got? I would only want the rookie one, to be honest with you, if you're going to get him. I think like the thing to watch out with that is the Austrian Bundesliga calendar. So it's probably easier to look at Sturm Graz specifically. But they've got 27, 37, 11. And then look at that. Yeah, they don't come back for the league until the 8th of Feb. So they do have a few matches in here, but they're playing Europe isolated games after the 7th of December. So they've got, yeah, 5 games left this year. Then I suppose in the new year, we've got this, and then the league splits. Gabriel Arisan, do you think it's too late to build an in-season limited Celtic collection? No, because part of the thing that you would be worried about, right? 5 minutes to the deadline, right? So I hear this kind of chat often enough. Well, I've actually got a Celtic limited now, so I could actually. Oh, I've only got the goalkeeper as well, so we'll be able to see actually the price of everything, right? But buying all this at the beginning of the season is probably like 5 to whatever X it costs at the start of the season. And all those people have used them and yada yada, all the rest of it, right? But the actual cost of them now is like, and again, I don't really know what all of them were at individually, but when I see like, what's probably amongst your top picks being like Vickers at a tenner, Taylor at £4, in midfield, where's Engels? A tenner, Tate £4, up front, where's Kuhn? Kuhn £30, right? You're kind of paying through the nose for him, but then the supporting cast very nominal, and Casper's like 30 quid, AJ 30 quid. It's not a problem. Like, part of the thing is as well is like, because so the thing is like, if you want to get the stack or get a collection or whatever, one of your main objectives that you'll have, of course, is using the in-seasonness of it to win as much money as you can before it turns into a classic team, and then you're playing it in the classic mode next season. Um, and because your entry cost for so many of these cards is so low, you'll be starting in, or you can. Well, it depends if you've been playing the region already, but if you start in Division 5, like, you will get promoted to like Division 3 or 2 over the course of the season. And if the squad cost, if we imagine you get 2 of the £30 players, including the keeper, so let's say the keeper and Kuhn, get both of them, and then you spend another 30 quid on the squad, you're talking about 100 quid. It's not an unimaginable amount of money to win back for them. And then you've got a classic collection sitting on the house, as it were. So, yeah. There's plenty of fixtures coming up for Celtic. The season's not done. We've only played like 11 or 12 league matches. We're playing our 5th match in the Champions League. Hopefully we get to 10 matches. That's the idea. And yeah, tons of games to come. I don't think it's too late. It just depends on, like, you need to have the best 5 picked. You don't necessarily need to get Alistair Johnson, Kuhn, and Schmeichel, although they would certainly be more often than not the best 5. But if budget is restricted, I would be, out of the 3 of them, I would sacrifice the AJ to buy the squad, because you could get the squad for, and I mean, like 6 cards, 5 cards, 2 midfields, 3 defenders, or 3 defenders, or 2 defenders, 3 mids, or whatever. Most of my team should be in D2 to 3. Right, cool. Well, if you've already got cards of that strength, adding a Celtic collection on top of it would certainly help you get from being D3, D2 to being D2, D1. But then you don't really require the full stack. I would just get the bits of the team that would help you. Like, is the keeper better than what you've got? And or is it maybe just those 3 players you pick up? In fact, just get a Schmeichel, a Johnson, a Kuhn, maybe an Engels because he's a tenner, and then just supplement your existing team with that rather than buying the whole collection. Maybe you just kind of bolster what you've already got with them if you're already kind of cooking that way. 2 minutes to the deadline, everyone. Live and loud tonight for some rewards. I've got a wee bit of cash. I've got a card. Let's see what it is. And I've got a bunch of boxes. So we're hopefully going to be crafting and dafting. We're on 10 limited essence. Do I have any limited things coming tonight? We do have 2 rivals boxes. We might get lucky with one of them. 12 rare essence. But with the boxes I've got coming, we should be crafting tonight. Which should be, which should get there. I think I don't want to kind of jinx myself here, but like 7 boxes. Was it 7 rares? A few 4 stars. We should be getting to crafting tonight, shouldn't we? So look forward to that. Hopefully it's a good one. I've not had a good pool. People say there's content creator luck. I've had 0 crafting luck. I don't think I've crafted anything good whatsoever, except for the the rare Lassaneur, but I think I done well to save to 100 essence on that one front and got a little bit lucky with the region of it. Although I've not been able to really utilise it for that. But outside of that, yeah, 2 months ago, all the aircrafts I've had have been cack. Pardon me. But yeah, 1 minute to the deadline. I can't wait for this game week to complete. Need to do a big gallery clear up. Smeg my dancer. Love that name, by the way. Smeg my dancer. What a guy. Yeah, I'm actually like the weekend. This coming weekend, I'm really excited for because one of my main goals, and again, will be. Is it flipped over now? I think it is. I'll just hit the refresh button. But one of my big objectives for the weekend game week that we've just came out from is this one here. Yeah, was to get all my contender teams promoted that weren't D1, and I've done it. So I've got two. I've got a D2 becoming a D1, so I'll have two D1 in seasons now for next weekend. The D4 development squad is into D3 now. And then in here, we've got the two. Oh, no! Oh, that's a last minute kick in the stones, man. I got all of them promoted. Now this one is just missed out. Oh, I'm gutted. Okay, at least I know about that now rather than tonight. And yeah, so next weekend I'll have. Oh, anyway, that aside, we'll have more D1s. I've doubled the D1 entries than what we had last weekend. So mad excited for that. Thanks everyone that's joined me for this little bit of deadline drama this afternoon. I'll be live back here tonight around the 7 o'clock mark to open up some boxes, do a bit of crafting, maybe give away a card. Who knows? Stay tuned as well for Zero to Hero on the channel because for this coming weekend, guys, we are scouting the flying goalie special weekly, and the possibilities are endlessly mad. And I've got a great giveaway associated to it as well. So stay tuned for that. It'll be out. I was going to drop it tomorrow because I've went live today for this and we'll be live tonight for rewards. But I'm kind of tempted to just put it out tonight, so I might just I might just flip it out live shortly. But yeah, get involved in that, and yeah, I think that's all that's left to say on this one. Is good luck and go fuck. Have a great game week, and I'll see you tonight.
Satara.